Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be playing Nasus against Aurelion Soul. Because of the new update, I need to get a whole bunch of rewards from there by beating the Aurelion Soul adventure with different champions. So even though I've already beaten the Aurelion Soul adventure with Nasus, I have to do it again because I don't have any other Shurima champion that's at a high enough level to face off against the Soul in a comfortable manner. Although Nasus is kind of a... No, it's not kind of. Nasus is one of the worst champions in the Path of Champions. So this whole thing will be pretty rough. Okay, that's a good first turn. We kill the opponent's units, we grow our rock hopper. Unfortunately, it will get frozen, but we drew Xenotype researchers, so we have something to play on turn 3. I brought Troll King's Crown on Nasus, so he has Overwhelm when he summoned. I would have taken 2 Stalker Blades, but I only have one, so I took a Gatebreaker instead. I can't do anything. That's fine. I really want him to keep playing units. I need to play his things to grow Nasus. Otherwise, I won't be able to win the game. I think most of the time the game plan is just to drop down Nasus and we not off of the Great Breaker effect. If only Nasus had one more attack, 2 more attack, we'd have been able to kill... Actually, we wouldn't have been able to kill Ashe because she levels up and gets double stats. How do I want to do this? This is a 6/6, so I'm going to drop it down and see what he does. Okay, let's go ahead and attack like this. He sets up a kill with the Bloodthirsty Marauder on the Ashe. There's no way he has a way to kill to frostbite the Bloodthirsty Marauder at burst speed with only 2 mana. So I knew this was safe. Now I can drop down Nasus and clear that. It would have been great if Nasus had double Stalker Blades, but just one will have to do. Let's keep using Siphoning Strikes to buff up our units, or my champions specifically, and now we win. Right, Frostbite effect. It's still fine. These 2 are more than enough to win. It's nice we got Ashe out of the way early, so we won't have to face off against her in a later fight. Now let's see. Actually, we need to check the Aurelion Soul, see what he has. X-Tech, Fabricator, Desert Wool. You know what? I think that might be good enough, even though Desert Wool is kind of a worst single strike. Duplicate on Aurelion Soul, okay, that's very scary. Nautilus with unstable inventory, that's not frightening at all. And Thumbcatch with unstable inventory. Okay, so the mid bosses are pretty easy, but The Aurelion soul fight itself might be pretty rough, very rough even. Pantheon, you've targeted allies in 5 plus different rounds. How often do we target our own allies? Not that often. Tariq. It's not synergistic with our deck, and Karma. The last time I beat Aurelion Soul with Nasus, I just forced the reroll into a Renekton because Nasus deck has more synergy with Renekton than with Nasus itself. So maybe I should do the same thing again. Let's do one reroll. Katarina, Evelyn, and Jace. Surtur and Domination are pretty decent. I wonder if the husks count as play effects for the purpose of Nasus leveling up or gaining stats. Shock Blast, Rally. Let's go for another reroll. Jace, Lilia Swain, Mr. Root, Blooming Bud, Lilia. All of these are bad. Let's go one more reroll. Twisted Fate, it's obviously not good. Raven, Whirling Death is a nice effect to have. And Jax. I guess Raven it is. Now, champion item chest, a shop, or a gold chest. I think the shop might be the best option here. Just because our champions are not that great, so we need to play towards something. And we might get some powers that help us out. Although common powers are not the best. So maybe I should have gone for the champion item chest, and then I should have tried to play towards the Draven. Make the Draven my win condition instead of the Nasus. Really? No play on the first turn? Well, that's fine by me. He just takes half of his life on the first turn. Let's get Draven down because it's free. And then we have enough mana for a Whirling that in case he attacks. He doesn't attack. He sure is playing very slowly. I can Spinning Axe something. I think I'll discard the second Legion Saboteur. And I can go for an attack like this. I'll save this Siphoning Strike so we can kill whatever he plays here. Like that. Wait, that levels up Draven. I guess it makes sense. But I had no idea. Good to know. In that case, Xenotype Researcher's down. And we'll wait for the next turn. Yeah, I think that's the play. I think the play is to just try and make it so Draven is my win condition. Let's go ahead and discard one axe, make Draven strike the Poppy, and keep the board clear so we have a free attack on the next turn. Oh, that's a minor disconnect. It's fine though, you just win here. Oh, that's really going to save you. Okay, so we figured it out. We're playing for Draven this run. Or a Renekton. Mischievous Spirit is not a good upgrade, but Renekton has a lot more synergy than Nasus with this deck, so we're going for the Renekton. Merciless Hunter. Dragon's Rage. Dragon's Rage is pretty good. We want to kill things. And that's basically what Dragon's Rage allows us to do, but better. Do I want Merciless Hunter? How many 3-drops do I have? Draven, Siphon, and Xenotype Researchers are the only 3-drops I have. Do I want to dilute my deck further? But Merciless Hunter with Locket is a pretty good card. I'll take it. I'll take 2 copies of it. Let's keep on the Fiora and go for the Gangplank. Although perfected mana flow can make for a rough fight. Let's see. Let's toss the Nasus and the Buckeye Stand Spinner. We want to keep an early curve. Renekton's great. Raven's good. Let's drop the Bloodthirsty Marauder down. See what he does. I can actually go for the Legion Saboteur. And then we do this. If he wants to block, he can block. He doesn't. Well, in that case, it just takes a bunch of damage for free. And I grow my unit. Right. He gets a Dreadway. Because I put him at less than 16. Less than 15. But it's extremely early. It's not going to matter. Nothing else, really. In that case, let's go Bloodthirsty Marauder and Rockhopper. Yeah, sure. Deal damage, I don't care. Game's already over. He can drop down Gangplank right here. Does it matter? Gangplank goes to 8. I'll play the Renekton first. This is fine. It even gets the vulnerable effect. Let's go ahead and do some pulling, shall we? Let's pull here, pull here, pull here. I can even pull this guy as well. One of my units is going to grow massive. It's likely going to be this one. Then I'll use it with the Siphoning Strike to get rid of the Gangplank. Or the Dreadway, actually. You can go for the Dreadway here. Really? Battling ally strikes a battling enemy. Why would he do that? Does he think dropping down the Dreadway is enough to save him? Maybe. Well, in that case, let's make sure the Gangplank dies. That way he plays the Dreadway, gets another Gangplank, and then he can't play the Gangplank. Oh, that was his plan. I suppose that's a way to win. Or not win, but at the very least clear 2 units off of my board. I can still win here. I just have to... how do I win here? That's the problem, I don't have Overwhelm on the scary big unit. Let's get rid of the Dreadway, I don't want that thing on the board to cause him to have a bunch of damage, or to cause him to deal a bunch of damage to me. Let's pull this here and pull this here. It's going to be a slow process, but I think we got this. How close is Gangplank to leveling up? Not that much. Not that close. Let's not do that, please. Oh, we got the Sun Disk restored. Nice. I guess now we can just drop down the Nasus and win. Or we can drop down the Renekton for fun. And we win. Perfect. How annoying. He still deals just little bit of damage before dying. Just to make sure I don't go into the next fight with more than 30 HP. This is fine. So far so good. The real question really comes when we have to face off against Aurelion Sol, I believe. Ruthless Predator. Sure. It's not like the other cards were any good. Desert Duel. Shuriman Tailstones. Shuriman Tailstones are flexible, but Desert Duel is a card we already have in our deck. Let's go for the shop, shall we? Enfeebling Strike. It might be relevant eventually. Let's also buy an upgrade for the Merciless Hunter, since we already have 2 copies of it in our deck. Now let's see. Dump Kench with unstable inventory. Let's toss the Ruin Runner and 1 Rock Hopper. We draw Nasus. Oh, Dump Kench with double strike. That can be a problem. Oh, okay, that's pretty bad. Getting both of the Nasus in our opening hands, pretty bad. We needed one of the actually good champions.
You're not the only one, Babs. Huh?
Sure, I'll hold the Quicksand so we can prevent damage from this guy. Now he has a board full of 0 attack units, and we can start picking them off one by one. Let's drop down the Elysian Saboteur first. He will drop down the Thumb Kench. We can then give the Thumb Kench vulnerable with the Merciless Hunter. And now we can go ahead and pull units like this. We'll make sure to pull the Thumbkench with the one with the highest attack, just so Thumbkench loses 5 attack. And so he becomes significantly less scary. Thumbkench can strike for can hit one of my units. That would be bad. I'll just hold back for a little bit. Boxtopus. Since he is already at 1 mana and can't play an acquired taste, I guess I'll just get rid of one of the Boxtopus like this. Rally. That's fine. Now if he pulls with the Boxtopus, I can go ahead and... it's not even worth it to exhaust the Boxtopus, so I won't do it. I'll hold it for the next turn. I can drop down Nasus, kill one of his units. Then I can exhaust and pull something after attacking, while attacking, I mean. Let's go ahead and pull. How do I want to pull this? This will reduce the attack on the Thumbkench, and then this will buff up the Nasus, and I win. Didn't even realize that. But I guess pulling before with the units on the left was always correct, just so Nasus could get buffed up by whatever they killed. Okay, first mid boss down. Renekton's and Draven are already dragons, so giving them the dragon tooth's not that great. The quick strike blade's alright, but not the best. I guess Draven with the quick strike blade's decent enough because Draven will reduce the attack power of whatever he hits by 3. Welcoming gifts, great. Item chest, spells chest, or Adaptatron. There's no way I'm passing up an epic item, even if I have to face off against Karma with an yielding spirit. Is that what this power is called? Unyielding determination, right. All of these are pretty bad. But I have full mana, so I'm keeping the Desert Duel. Hopefully I draw into something that's actually good. Legion Saboteur, Draven, Whirling Death. Double Draven even. That's good. Let's drop down the Draven and go for an attack right away. Draven with elusive. Oh, nice. Karma can be a problem. I am going to Desert Duel like this, and I'll also go ahead and give an axe to Draven because I want to level him up. Desert Duel should give us a... oh, perfect, and that's a really good blocker against Karma. Let's also drop down a Xenotype Researcher, might as well. Renekton's good. Let's drop him down. We can go for an attack with the Draven. We can pull with the Renekton. I can even go for the level up on Draven like this. And hopefully this is good enough. It's not going to be lethal, but it will set up a lethal on the following turn. Pass. I'll keep passing. I'll pass again. I need to jump block Karma, but other than that everything should be fine. Grant an enemy vulnerable. I'll give that to Karma. Make sure. Is giving a lot of HP to Karma. And Challenger. That's bad. Is there a way to make Draven survive here? I guess double Whirling Death can cause her to... can cause Draven to survive. Also, I'll discard the Legion Saboteur. Make it... no, it doesn't change the amount of life that Draven will have at the end. Well, at the very least, it minimizes the amount of damage I take to 0, and it also makes it so that Karma is no longer a huge threat. Now what? Is at 5. I can go for an attack with Draven next turn. I'm pretty sure we just win here, even through the unyielding determination. We just do this. We'll also do this. We'll also do this. Is this really not enough to kill him? Damn. How much life is he going to get off of the... unyielding determination? 30. I guess we're not dealing 30. I'm impressed. Truly. Well, it's not like it's going to matter. He has... I'm not going to remove Karma because Karma has 0 attack on board, so I prefer... I would prefer it if it stayed that way, even if Karma is generating spells for him. This is bad. This is better than the alternative. Let's pick an enemy and then we'll strike with Draven. It's not like it doesn't matter. Concussive Palm, Blooming Bud. Okay. He's saving the Skull Snapper. And he's also summoning 2 Tails of the Dragon. But now that he used all of his spells to save the Skull Snapper, he has no spells to save him now. So let's pull here, and we win. Momentous choice. Okay, good for you. You kill my... Oh! I dealt so much damage that the game just had a little bit of a stroke.
And maybe those other guys, whatever.
Game server. Can you please work? Timed out. What? Please tell me the run didn't end. Continue adventure. Okay. That was scary. Desert Wheel with Hero's Horn is good. Let's go for the item chest. None of those are really that inspiring. I guess more Merciless Hunters. Yeah, sure, more Merciless Hunters. Unyielding Determination on Zoe. It's a bit annoying. It just makes it so the fights are more drawn out. Let's toss all of these. We need some early drops. These are not early drops, but they will have to do. Draven's good. Okay, perfect. We got a rock hopper.
Would you look at this place? These jewels are more.
He's going to hold the Zoe. But it's fine. We can go for the Draven next turn. And then also Zoe has 0 attack because of our power. I forgot. The Shuriman Preservation. It's such a bad power that when it's actually good and does something, I just remember. That's weird phrasing. It's such a bad power generally that I just forget it's there. So when it's actually good, it comes off as a bit of a surprise.
Now we're cooking.
Let's go ahead and Desert Duo on the Startled Stomper. So we level up Draven a little bit. Also get more board presence, draw a card. Just work towards our game plan, really. I'll even drop down the Renekton now. We can go for the level up on Draven like this. We'll also remove the Zoe. It's fine. Oh, Renekton with lifesteal. That's nice.
And I thought I was already perfect.
It's not going to be relevant this game because we're absolutely crushing the opponent. But it's nice.
Enlightenment is worth the journey.
Yeah. Just play a bunch of things. Will you? I want to get this over with. Just so my champions can block more properly against the opponent, I'll go ahead and Siphoning Strike the Serpent. Of course he refuses to attack. It would be such a bad attack for him. Now I can go for Nasus. Ooh. Pretty cool. Still, it's not going to matter. Let's go ahead and attack like this. I can go ahead and discard a card to make it so Draven has +1 attack.
Now we're cooking.
I can even pull with the Nasus, with the Renekton. Sure. Perfect lethal. Actually, not perfect lethal. It was overkill by 17.
Fortitude outlast all things.
So, what's the next fight? Ninja Tabi on the Xenotype Researcher is great. Darius or Victor? Oh, interesting. Vanguard Lookout. Summon 2 Vanguard Lookouts. I guess it's a pretty decent effect, just so we have stuff on board. Chamber of Renewal or a Champion Item Chest. Definitely a Champion Item Chest. Level ups. A bit of a high rolly power. So hopefully we won't get high rolled by the opponent. Let's toss the Xenotype Researchers back. Keep this curve. We can go for Draven into Merciless Hunter next turn. Arm the Gearhead. Scary. But fortunately the Bloodthirsty Marauder contests it. Nothing else. Interesting. Normally the opponent just high rolls when they have level up and they get like a Samira or something. Then I get screwed. But I didn't. I can go for a level up on the Raven right away, depending on what he does. Not much, apparently. In that case, I'll play towards the Raven level up by doing this. With Draven leveled up, we'll generate more spinning axes, and he also has Overwhelmed, which should make it so we will have an easier time winning. Is there any way? I guess it doesn't matter, we can just go ahead and capture the victor, so I don't really need to think of a way to remove it. That's why I held back and didn't discard the second Merciless Hunter. Although I do need to win, so I'll drop down the Renekton. So we have the extra damage. Let's go ahead and buff up the Draven. Let's Desert Duel like this, because Raven is our biggest unit, he doesn't run the risk of dying. And we win like this, right? Hopefully. There's no way we don't win here. There we go. Pretty easy. But like I said, real problems come up when we have to face off against the Aurelion Soul. The duplicate's going to be very rough to deal with. Depending on what he gets, obviously. Legend Saboteur with Skirmisher's Saber is good. Hopefully we can force some trades off that way. Shadow Totem, Elf, Arthi Rations. I'll take the Shadow Totem. More Dravens are better than less Dravens, I guess. We'll cut the Ruin Runner. It's a pretty slow card. Unstable inventory with on the Nautilus. Nautilus can be pretty slow, so we don't have to rush against him, but I do want some form of early game. just so we build up a board. Yeah. Whatever you say. Spirit on Nautilus. That's a low roll, but that's great for me. Interesting. He got Giant Spelt on some treasures, and I got Challenger on the Bloodthirsty Marauder, which is quite lucky for me. He can cheat out and play the Nautilus early thanks to the Sigils of the Storm. Good for him. Let's see if it works out. Visalai. That's bad for me. Actually, we can go for the Quicksand. Or we don't go for the Quicksand because he decides not to attack with the Visalai for some reason. Weird. In that case, I'll just drop down Renekton. Flutterdogs. Is there any way to make it so Renekton is the one that gets the buff guaranteed? Actually, there is, because Renekton is a dragon, he will go to 7 attack. That's perfect for me. Getting the buffs on the Renekton. Let's also prank him. Yeah, +1 cost on the Devourer of the Depths. It's good. Makes it so he doesn't have access to that creature as a form of removal. That's the Nautilus, except it comes down as a 0 attack minion because of our power. Do I want to Desert Duel here? Actually, I can even go for the capture on the Nautilus, just so we have a better chance of closing out the game next turn. Seven plus 6 is 12, 13, plus 2 is 15, and we have exact lethal. Unless he has some interaction here. That does nothing because of the spell shield. Perfect. We're making pretty good time. In the last couple of fights at least. Let's see if we get some good rewards off of this. Black Liver on Draven sounds great. Makes him a 6/6 instead of a 3/3. Elemental Wind's pretty bad. When you target an ally, give it barrier. This round works with our Desert Duel as well as the Ruthless Predator and the Siphoning Strike. You know what? Sure, I'll take Phalanx. The Elemental Winds do nothing for us because we don't have direct damage spells. And the other options just not that good. So yeah, this might be one of the rare instances where Phalanx is actually decent. This is a pretty good keep. We can go Draven into Desert Duel next turn. He will obviously play Katarina here, but maybe not because I have the Roiling Sands. Is that how it works? The Katarinas just buff each other up with the Inspiring Presence. Their other units. Do I want to try and get rid of the Katarinas? No, I can't, which is unfortunate, so I'll hold. Now both Katarinas are vulnerable. I think I'll block like this. is going to level up the Katarinas, but him having multiple Katarinas or not doesn't really matter, right? He's going to play a Katarina here, and he will get 2 Katarinas, if I'm not mistaken. But I have a blocker for both of them here. It does nothing. I have spinning axes. He drops down the Katarina, which gets duplicated. And they're both 6/6s. Let's go ahead and discard the Legion Saboteur and buff up this Draven. I want to level up Draven just so Draven gets the what's it called? The Overwhelm keyword. Although Draven has elusive, so the Overwhelm might not matter.
And I thought I was already perfect.
Still, it's a good thing to have. Secret Keeper. That's cool. It's not going to be relevant this game, but it's cool. He's very likely going to drop down a Katarina here after I play my Renekton. Yep, that's what I expected. Wait, they're 10/10s. Oh, they're on the top of the deck and they got buffed up by the Blade's Edge. Interesting. In that case, I'll go ahead and pull them like this. I'll also attack with the Renekton. He might think he is going to kill my Renekton with his Katarina, but in reality I will Spinning Axe, which will give my Renekton barrier. So now my Renekton lives and his Katarina just goes back to his hand. And he's filling his hand up with Katarinas, which might not be that great for him. Yeah, that's a good decision. He needs to empty cards from his hand, otherwise he's going to find himself with a bunch of Katarinas that he can't play. That's fine if he attacks here. The problem is the Blade's Edge he's getting is he can just burn me down constantly. Really, no attacks. Well, in that case I might just win, because I can go like this. Double Blade Lotus. You know what? Let's Whirling Death the Katarina, just for fun. More Blades Lotus. Death Lotus. Right. Oh, whatever the card's called, it doesn't matter. He's going to lose here. Even if he clears 2 of my units and gets one of the Katarinas back, it just takes so much damage that it doesn't matter. Good.
All me. And maybe those other guys. Whatever.
Actually correct. Draven's putting in so much work this run. Let's see. Arcane Knowledge, Spirit Leech. With Power Riff. More Merciless Hunters, why not? Let's go for a shop. All of these are pretty bad. Out of the gates. You know what? Sure, more ward presence is always good. And I'll pass on the rest. Azir with Power Overwhelming. Better than Duplicate at the very least. With Duplicate, the same thing that happened on our last Veigar run might happen here. And I would be pretty sad if that were the case. I should have tossed the Whirling Death, I wasn't paying attention. It doesn't matter. He drops down Azir here. We got a Rock Hopper because of our power.
Would you look at this place?
For attack. It's alright. This puts him at 1. It makes it so it's less scary. Right, I forgot about the whole growing thing they have. But it's fine. Draven comes down as a 6/6. We have 2 axes. If he blocks, I'll level up Draven. If he doesn't block, at the very least I have blockers for his attack. Okay, I guess we're leveling up Draven then.
Now we're cooking.
Actually, if we go like this, we level up Draven and we kill Azir. So that's even better. And now he only has a Voice of the Reason,
I was already perfect.
which is not that good on its own. Especially if you haven't leveled up a champion yet. I'll go for the Renekton. Nothing, really. In that case, let's just go like this. Make sure my Draven's protected against anything he might do. He can drop down the Azir here, and that's what he does, obviously. He was just waiting for me to attack. If things get threatening, I have the Merciless under Desert's Wrath. That's fine. I can go for the Merciless Hunter to capture the Azir. And this way I'm safe. He just loses all of his units and now I have a free win. Rite of Dominance. It significantly lowers the amount of damage he takes, but not by enough. Pretty good. For a second to last run at least. Now we're facing off against Viego. Oh, Power Riff on the Ruthless Predator, sure. Power Overwhelming as well. I think there are things that have more synergy with Viego than the Power Overwhelming. Viego doesn't really strike me as the sort of fight where the opponent develops a board wide enough to benefit from this. The Draven in our opening hand is perfect. We get the rock hopper right away. Right, because rock hopper is... I'm pretty sure rock hopper is our only 2-drop. We basically get it every time with the right out of the gates. Let's go ahead and go like this. Make use of our Vanguard lookout. They've been pretty negligible so far. That's good. Very slow turn from the opponent. We can get Raven down. I'm pretty sure he might have the Dawning Shadow or whatever it's called, but that only comes down next turn, so for now the Raven's safe. Crawling Viper Worm. Let's drop down the Xenotype Researcher. Nothing, really. That's interesting. Unfortunately, I burned a card, but it doesn't matter. We now are at the point where I'm pretty sure I can just go like this, and the opponent dies. If he blocks the Renekton, I still have lethal by doing this. And he didn't block the Renekton, so even then I still had lethal. Perfect! Man, this Nasus run is going really well.
All me. And maybe those other guys. Whatever.
Well, time for the real challenge. Aurelion Soul with the duplicate. We just have to not get rerolled. It's that easy. Let's keep the Renekton and one Siphoning Strike. I think that's good. Renekton is just a precaution in case we don't draw the Raven. Unfortunately, we drew the Whirling Death off of the Mulligan instead of the Farsight Alteration. Let's see if he plays something here. I am going to target here, and here. Just so I minimize the amount of attack this one specifically has. It also sets up... What? Kale. Well, at the very least, the Kale is not that big. Let's drop down Draven. I have Whirling Death to protect the Draven from whatever he has to fight here. No, he doesn't block. Okay. Depending on the situation, I can go for a level up on Draven. Or I might not even need to go for a level up on Draven. Let's block here and here and here. I can go ahead and give Draven barrier. I'll also go ahead and Whirling Death here to kill that one. And I think it's correct to No, I'll hold back. I was going to say I think it's correct to try and protect this rock hopper just so we can try and pull something else next turn, but this is fine. Riven leveled up now,
Already perfect.
and he is pretty big. We can drop down the Renekton next turn, pull either this guy or the Kale. I guess we'll pull down the fused Firebrand. Kale has 16 attack, and his whole board is filled with units that have spell shield, which is unfortunate. I guess I can go ahead and drop down Kale's attack like this. That's decent. So I'll do it. Silence. Oh no. Since when does Aurelion Soul run that card? These spell shields are really screwing me. You can get down the Aurelion Soul now, and I have nothing. And he gets a duplicate of Aurelion Soul as well. Is there any way for me to salvage this situation? +2 hero here. And then get that vulnerable, I guess. He doesn't really have that many overwhelmers. So I can try to go ahead and play for a block. Try to play for blocks. It take 38 damage. Let's go ahead and quicksand here. This minimizes the amount of damage I take. And this as well. I can make this guy survive if I do this. I don't know if it's going to help, but it might. Oh, we're getting duplicated on Draven. Does Draven save me? Well, Draven can attack for free. And Draven got the elusive keywords, so I can go under him. Deal 1, deal 4, deal 1, deal 4. Deal 4 twice. So me blocking one of the instances of deal 4 doesn't matter. So I guess the play is to buff up Draven as much as possible. Maybe. Desert Duel. Does Desert Duel do anything for me? Pick an enemy. Pick an ally, they strike each other. Or I can go for these rallies when I'm summoned rally, yeah. So I can't kill that thing. But I do get more access this way. And with more access, Draven gets bigger. And I can go for another Desert Duel like this. That's another Draven. The skies descend. I can save both Dravens here.
Now we're cooking.
Because Skies Descent deals 15 damage to all of my units. Yes, 3 mana. So theoretically, if I attack like this, it's not lethal. Anyway, for me to deal 1 damage to the opponent. No, not really. You can choose not to block, but that's stupid. He will always block. This is nothing. So I just lose. This is not lethal and he is absolutely going to block my Draven. So I have to do this. Maybe. Maybe that's enough for... Maybe that's the path to victory, because otherwise I'm not seeing it. And he just has his sisters. I die here. I was so close. Well, fortunately, we have the revive, right? So we can try again. The silence effect really screwed me, and him getting multiple units with spell shield did so as well. That was definitely the reason why I lost that game. And he's on the attack token. Now, that's unfortunate. Do I want to keep everything in his hand? I'll toss the quicksand. Keep the Siphoning Strike and the Merciless Hunter and the Draven, I guess. Desert Duel's decent. Hopefully I don't get high rolled on the first turn and I can win off of the second turn. That's as bad. I'm taking the 5. I'm going to drop down Draven next turn. Trundle. Let's go. Draven. We get 2 axes. We can protect our Draven against the Trundle block. He might just choose not to block. Oh, we get elusive. Let's see what he does. Envolious Vox doubled up. How do I want to proceed here? I think what I want to do is capture the Trundle. So I'll give that Envolious Vox the vulnerable keyword. I really want to kill a significant amount of the opponent's things, so I'll go ahead and discard the Nasus, sure.
Time for the moneymakers.
And I'll discard the Bakai Sand Spinner as well, just so we can kill that Envolious Vox, and he will probably block that guy with that Envolious Vox specifically, and in that case I'll use this Spinning Axe to reduce the power of that Envolious Vox. We don't level up Draven here, but we have cleared his entire board, and we set things up so that Draven can grow a lot. Jarvan the 4th is pretty bad, hopefully he doesn't go for the Cataclysm. But if he does, I can go for a Spinning Axe or a Quicksand on the Jarvan. Really? Spinning Axe on the Merciless Hunter saves her. So I guess I'm doing that.
Now we're cooking. Guide me. To the flag!
Do I want to go for Quicksand here? You know what? Sure. Just so he loses barrier. And this way I can set up a desert duel like this. Draw a champion. Get some Spinning Axes in hand. Okay, that's a Renekton. That can be good. Ornn. That's good. We can go here, here, pull this guy, and depending on... I guess I'll pull with this guy here. I'm going to wait. Wait to see what he does. Nothing. That's definitely one thing that I was not expecting. Was just the nothing from the opponent. Well, in that case, I'm going to Siphoning Strike the Ornn, so I don't have to deal with an Ornn summoning a massive overwhelm unit. He has 2 massive Aurelion Souls, and he levels them up, so that can be pretty bad. I wonder if he has the Sky's Descent. He would need to have a second Aurelion Soul in hand for that to be the case. Okay, that's fine-ish. I'm going to go for a Ruthless Predator on that Aurelion Soul because it's the one that has the highest attack. So maybe removing that spell shield's good. And I'll go for a Renekton.
I found something special for you.
Let's see. That's Behold the Infinite. And Living Legends, oh no. And that's a Written by Stars, which means he has a Disguise Descent in hand. He might even have to, in fact. Let's just protect the Renekton. And I'm also going to protect the one unit that has something captured. Okay, pass. Can you stop getting elusives? This is pretty bad. I can block here. This swirling death goes here. I can then proceed to block here. No, I have to block here, and then this swirling death has to go there. And then I have to block here. And that's pretty decent. He's going to get an Aurelion soul. Unfortunately, I didn't level up the Draven. That means Draven doesn't have Overwhelm. But at the very least Renekton does. I'm fighting an uphill battle here. He has a full hand and he has a Sky's Descent for the next turn. Meanwhile I have nothing. Ruthless Predator. Let's go ahead and do that here.
Axes coming right up.
I can pull this guy here. That's 37 damage. Let's pray the opponent doesn't block. The opponent blocks, obviously. Wait, no, that doesn't work. If I go ahead and do this.
Now we're cooking.
That gives me an axe back. If I go ahead and do this, that gives me 2 axes back. Maybe that's correct. I think I needed to play to level up Draven. If I had a leveled up Draven, I would have been safe here. I would have managed to kill him. He can go the Sky's Descent now, and I can only save one of my... I guess I can save 2 of my units. Wait, I managed to get the Sun Disc off? Really? And he's ending the turn. If somehow he plays nothing, or if he passes priority to me, I can get Nasus down and I win. He's drawing a bunch of... He has no more Aurelion souls in deck, okay, that's good to know. Sky's Descent. I can save all of my units, in fact, by doing this. And then I can go ahead and save that girl as well. Just survive a casual 15 damage and dropped on the Nasus for the win. As it turns out, Nasus actually came in handy. Somehow we managed to scrape victory from the jaws of defeat. That was pretty intense. Well, I'm pretty tired after that run, so I think I'll take a break. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.